like way far off.
That cell, I think, is on our trajectory.
Where are we? We're right in the middle.
You pre-prepped chicken for future meals?
I pre-prepped chicken for future meals. Keep in mind that Finnegan also eats this as well, so he gets food too. Yeah, there's something about not having to deal with raw chicken in the fridge, as well as making sure that you just have something on hand. So we can easily, I keep a couple of sauces in the fridge and things like that, so we can easily just like heat it up in a pan, not have to cook it, heat it in a pan with sauce, throw it on a salad, eat raw, not raw, but eat cold, however we might like it. But it's really handy and goes well with a lot of our stuff, so easy win.
At least we have chicken. It's Sunday afternoon, and Shannon and I... You know what I have that time saying without tripping all over?
Shannon and I.
Yes.
Me too. Just say we.
No.
Why not?
This is the opening monologue. I want to establish the characters.
Okay.
It's Sunday afternoon, and it's now starting to rain loudly. And Shannon and I are at a designated... It's Sunday afternoon in November of 2021, and Shannon and I are in the van, our Winnebago Revel, at a designated Forest Service campground deep in Oregon's backcountry, about an hour from the West Coast. I found this campground last year, and it's in a lovely wooded setting. It features a vault toilet, fire rings, and inexplicably great cell service. Seriously, we somehow have solid 5G back here, and that defies all reason. That makes this a great spot to use as a base camp for the week, but unfortunately we have to go into town, pick up my Jeep from the shop, and take it to another shop. If you've been following along for the past couple weeks, you know that my Jeep, Orangie, is ailing, and might have an engine timing issue, if not simply a sensor problem. This week, it's our goal to, at the very least, have the Jeep diagnosed so we know what our next steps are going to be. We still don't know if it's going to take a few hours or a few months to have the Jeep fixed. Car trouble aside, things are good. Shannon and I have the van, we're enjoying the Pacific Northwest, we have plenty of chicken, and one way or the other, Orangie's going to be fixed.
We have plenty of chicken. I know why there's so much good coffee in the Pacific Northwest.
Why?
Because what else would you be doing in this kind of weather?
Sitting inside drinking coffee?
Yeah.
Yes. It's a nice campground, but we aren't able to enjoy it in torrential downpour. But it's a lovely atmosphere.
It's beautiful.
I would prefer to stay at this campground, but we definitely have to head out very shortly here and drive up to Vancouver, Washington, and then limp back down to the Portland area.
He told me earlier that all he's interested in is getting one fro and one two shot of the van driving down the road. It's really pretty in here, but actually setting up the shot, making sure it looks good, getting the exposure right, it takes some doing.
Sorry that took so long, love.
It's fine.
I'm not 100% satisfied with the shot, but I'm trying to be creative and also trying to function in haste. Because we have a lot of ground to cover today, so it's hard to balance the two.
Yeah.
Fast forward to right now. It's Thursday afternoon, mid-November 2021. Shannon and I left the backcountry and drove to Vancouver, Washington, where we picked up the Jeep, and I limped it in limp mode to another shop around Portland, Oregon. And over the past few days, the guys have been taking a really close look at it to make sure that the cam sensor check engine light is based on a real timing issue and it's not just an electrical problem. The options are to tear the engine apart and replace a timing chain on a fairly old engine with 200,000 miles on it, or tear the engine apart and replace the entire block, giving Orangie a new lease on life. While I haven't heard the final word from the shop yet, it looks like those are going to be my options, and I'm leaning toward the latter, replacing the engine block. Regardless, the Jeep is going to need to be sidelined until this is fixed. Unfortunately, it's not a quick in and out. On the plus side, we have the van, but we've also been very dependent on having two vehicles because the van needs to be stationary during the week so that Shannon can do her work, and as you know, I usually take Orangie into the field to do recording. So on that front, I'm trying to figure out what to do. Do I pursue an entirely new vehicle to replace the Jeep? Or do I get a temporary vehicle to drive as a placeholder until the Jeep is fixed? I have been putting a ton of thought into that this week, and honestly, I'm tired of thinking about it. I don't want a new rig. Orangie's fine, it's just broken. We loved reading about your vehicle suggestions in the comments last week. Although I spent a decent amount of time behind the wheel of OK Four-Wheel Drive's Toyota Tacoma equipped with an alu cab canopy camper, and while I acknowledge that it's extremely capable, reliable, and versatile with a huge aftermarket, not once did I ever think, man, I really want one of these. And that has nothing to do with the vehicle, it's just an emotional preference. I like the new Land Rover Defender. Not because it's proven, but because it's not. So I'd really love to give that platform a run for its money. I would consider a Toyota 80 series if it was a well-preserved specimen, and I absolutely wish that the 70 series Land Cruiser was available in the States. I would absolutely love an Earth Cruiser on a Fuso chassis to make as our full-time home with a couple of electric bikes on the back. I love that idea. That sounds expensive, and I'm not sure that's viable. One vehicle that is very much on my short list of dream vehicles would be a Field Van Classic, which is a camper conversion based on the Ford E350 with a pop top and a robust four-wheel drive system. That van is well equipped to go all the places that I take Orangie straight off the showroom floor. That being said, we already have this van, so we don't need another, and all custom van builders have a really long wait right now, like a year and a half, 2 years till you actually take delivery. I think at the very top of my list right now would be a brand new Jeep Wrangler Rubicon 2-door with a soft top. No roof rack, no sleeping platform, just a smaller and lighter open-air vehicle with which to explore the backcountry. When I go out during the week, I'd either throw down the ground tent, or I'd come back to Revel Base. Revel Base. I don't know that I'm going to do that, for the reasons that I stated earlier, but it is something that I'm kicking around in my head a lot. Like I said, Orangie already does everything that I want to be able to do, so I might as well just stick it out and wait for it to be repaired. With all that said, my beloved Jeep is very much on my mind, so I am going to end this episode with some of my favorite scenes and experiences with Orangie, set to the music of Sarah McLachlan's In the Arms of an Angel. Scratch that. I was unable to get licensing for that song. I'm about to have a sandwich. I have to catch the ferry in 2 hours, so I'm going to have a sandwich here, and then I'm going to roll back up north about, I don't know how far it is, 10 miles or so of beach driving. front of the Jeep is coming together with an AEV 3.5-inch dual sport suspension. Saturday afternoon at Jason West's house. Hey Jason. Got myself into some really slippery mud, and it's just shifting me. Looks beautiful, guys. Keep up the good work.
Sounds good.
Welcome to Alaska, Internet. This is Eagle's Nest Campground on Prince of Wales Island. And this has been awesome so far. This has been exactly what I've been hoping to find in Alaska's Inside Passage. I did not eat all day, so I am famished. This is Campbell's soup augmented by leftovers. Wow, this is beautiful. It is so serene. The snow's falling gently and it's dead quiet. As usual, I hope you all enjoyed this week's episode. Thanks for following along, and I'll catch up with you again next week.